We begin with breaking news out of Montgomery County, where police are investigating a deadly crash involving a pedestrian. You are looking at drone video over Veers Mill Road in Rockville. Thanks for joining us for DC News Now at 9. I'm Mark Hall, filling in for Chris Flanagan and Tasmin Mahfouz. The crash happened just before 7 in front of the McDonald's at the Twin Brook Center. Fire officials say that a car hit a pedestrian. That person was pronounced dead at the scene. Veers Mill Road between Atlantic Avenue and Meadowhall Drive is closed until further notice. Well, happening now in Prince George's County, some lawmakers are working to raise speeding fines. Now, of one of the deadliest roads in the region, we're talking about Indian Head Highway. Yamari Sase is in Prince George's County, where locals hope the new proposal could save lives.
It's an uneasy feeling to know that you're living in a community that its road has been designated as the highway of death.
Route 210, also known as Indian Head Highway, has a reputation that has many people concerned when it comes to speeding.
I have 6 children who live in the area. They come to visit me with my grandchildren, and I fear for them. It's just so scary out there.
According to state data, Prince George's County has one of the highest number of deadly car accidents in Maryland. And the Maryland 210 Traffic Safety Committee reports nearly 100 people have lost their lives over the past 15 years on Indian Head Highway. Now, in hopes of saving lives and making roads safer, lawmakers are looking to increase the $40 fine for speed cameras on the road.
So the $40 we've seen does not really give the deterrent message to change behavior. And so this is why right now, as we speak, we're looking to graduate that $40 into a different structure of fine, something that would mirror what a police officer would give you.
So how will this work? Well, essentially, the faster you drive, the higher the fine, which could range from $40 to more than $500. And if you're a repeat offender, you could see additional fines.
They're trying to change behavior. We're not trying to collect fines. We're trying to make the road safer. We're trying to save lives.
Don't take chances that increase the probability of fatality for you and for everyone else around you.
If the bill passes, it would take effect October 2024. Reporting in Oxon Hill, I'm Yamari Sase, DC News Now.
Yamari, thank you. Happening now, a search for a missing Bethesda woman last seen leaving Shady Grove Hospital. Do you recognize her? Montgomery County Police say that Sarah Hughes has been missing since Friday. Shady Grove Hospital is on Medical Center Drive in Rockville. Hughes is 51 years old. If you know where she is, you're asked to contact police immediately. Well, in the district, no arrests have been made yet in a deadly shooting outside of Linfont Metro Station. That's in Southwest D.C. And police say the victim was shot around 4:30 this morning. He died in the hospital. This is a picture of the accused shooter. Now, take a good look. Police are offering up to $25,000 for information leading to an arrest and conviction in this case. Meanwhile, major news in the effort to hold criminals accountable. DC's Crime Lab has been partially accredited for forensic testing in biology and seized drugs. Our Daniel Hamburg joins us live in the newsroom with more. And Daniel, the District Crime Labs lost accreditation almost, 3 years ago?
Yeah, Mark, in fiscal year 2022, a third of cases were not prosecuted. That has since increased due to partnerships with federal and local labs to get some of that testing done. But having an independent lab right here in D.C. is crucial to getting criminals off the streets. D.C.'s Department of Forensic Sciences hasn't been able to test drugs since April 2021. Its accreditation was revoked for a variety of issues, including errors, lack of expertise, and engaging in fraudulent activities.
Which meant that we lost the ability to charge almost all drug cases.
That's a big reason only 33% of cases were charged by the U.S. Attorney's Office in 2022. That's since increased to about 58%, but only between July and September of this year, once outside lab testing was secured. The U.S. Attorney's Office says a new accreditation certificate issued Friday will help prosecutors immensely when it comes to DNA and drug evidence.
Being able to prosecute higher level drug offenses like the sale of drugs, the intent to sell, the people higher up who are pushing these drugs to our street, to our residents who are becoming addicted to them, that's huge.
But Councilmember Brianne Nadeau still has concerns, including the lab not taking advice from the Science Advisory Board, an issue raised in an audit last year.
The forensic science lab should be based on science, not politics.
She says the accreditation of these two labs is a step in the right direction to get crime under control.
Now the challenge is really pushing forward to figuring out if they're going to go ahead with that ballistics lab, which is one of the key pieces of addressing the crimes that we're seeing still here in the District of Columbia.
Now, the U.S. Attorney's Office said in a statement DFS will be able to hire essential experts and staff, enhance its quality assurance system, and further work towards ensuring its experts will be able and qualified for testifying in criminal cases. The mayor's office also called it a critical step to advancing justice for victims. In the newsroom, Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
Daniel, thank you. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb. Janessa, how's the forecast looking?
You know, we do have some gloomy conditions across all of the DMV right now due to this frontal passage that's waiting to cross our region. To the left of your screen, you can see visibility is really going down across much of the region. And so that's going to be the case overnight into tomorrow morning, where we have visibility down to about a quarter to a mile in a lot of locations. It's very warm, mild air that's in place for late December standards. We are above average. Let's talk about this rain. Finally making its way into the DC metro area. So from Alexandria into Kent, Mount Rainier and Silver Spring up towards Montgomery County, dealing with some light showers. You make your way up towards northern Montgomery County, Jefferson, Clark County as well. This is just light to scattered rain, and finally kind of dissipating as we talk about Dumfries and I-95 corridor. There's one more wave behind this. It's out towards Charlottesville, and so this will filter in overnight into your early morning hours. Here's the visibility concerns. The National Weather Service has not issued a dense fog alert, and they are likely not to overnight. And so please give yourself some extra time as your early morning commute. You probably will only be able to see a mile in front of you. So a car needs some distance in front of you as you are on the major highways across 395, 495, and 270 for your Wednesday morning. Here's what we are looking at. Not much sunshine. It will be another gloomy day, but by 9 o'clock, we're still into the upper 40s. Tomorrow is a washout Wednesday completely. How much rain are we looking at? I will give you totals coming up. Mark?
Janessa, thank you. A community in Centerville, Virginia is heartbroken after learning their neighbor was killed in a Christmas morning house fire. Investigators have not released the woman's name, but neighbors say she lived in the home. Max Marcella is in Fairfax County with more.
Just a few doors down from the signs of a joyous holiday, a sign of a tragedy. A single bouquet of flowers at the doorstep of this home on Red River Drive in Centerville.
Fire in a master bedroom.
Flames and smoke poured from the home early Christmas morning, and what's left behind is heartbreak.
Copy, bringing the victim out stairwell.
First responders say one person was found dead inside.
I see that they taking the body, they carrying the body of the lady. It was so scared me, really scared, because she was so nice.
Cecilia Abrego and her 8-year-old grandson Leo live next door, and unlike some of their neighbors who spoke with us off camera, they were awakened at roughly 4:30 in the morning by the sounds of an emergency response.
I saw red lights, and then I heard this beeping. It woke me up, so I went downstairs.
The response included a knock on Abrego's door. They checked her attic to make sure the fire was not going to spread. It didn't, and was out by 6:30 in the morning. Calm and quiet have returned to this neighborhood, but Abrego says she'll miss when that quiet was broken by her neighbor's friendly comments.
Usually she called me, "Hi, Precious," and she calling with love to him. And that's all I knew about her, just as a neighbor.
Tonight, we're still waiting to hear back from Fairfax County Fire and Rescue about what started the fire and the cause of death for the person found inside. Reporting in Centerville, Max Marcella, DC News Now.
Max, thank you. In the district, a reminder that city crews will start collecting your Christmas trees next week. Starting January 3rd, DC residents can leave their trees out on the curb or in a tree box. Drop-off locations are also available. All lights and ornaments should be removed before pickup. Collection goes through March 2nd. Once again, Virginia makes the top 10 for states with the highest Christmas tree production. Virginia comes in at number 7 with almost 475,000 trees cut this year. Experts say that most Christmas trees planted in the Commonwealth are white pines.